Back at you with another one. Arsenal taking on Burnley at the Premier League, where we'll have the fans for the first time back in the league game since West Ham prior to the whole COVID pandemic. Now, we seem to enjoy breaking quite a few records so far this season, and all for the wrong reasons. So the last time Burnley beat us at home was back in 1974, and I won't put it past us tonight to equal that record. Another interesting fact. The last time we lost 4 games at home consecutively was back in 1959. And ironically, one of the teams we lost to within those 4 games was Burnley, and that was a 4-2 loss. So will history repeat itself? Don't be surprised with the way things are going so far. As you can see from the screen here, we are in a pretty dire position. The other day, I looked at this and I thought to myself, what are we doing? We're 15th. Arsenal Football Club, 15th. It's embarrassing. I've never seen this ever in my life. Never have I seen us. Yes, I know I haven't been around bad periods back in the 70s, 80s. Yeah, but so what? I wasn't around for those times. But from what I've seen, we shouldn't be where we at. And I don't respect all this talk. Oh, yeah, there's circles of life. End of the day, why did we allow ourselves to get into this whole position? We moved into the Emirates to better ourselves, and yet we seem to have regressed, and it just doesn't make sense. And right now, despite with all the issues going on, we still have to factor in the manager is a major issue in this. And I was just sort of thinking as well in terms of, let's move on to the actual lineup. I was thinking, so come Thursday, he managed to rest some of the senior players like Bellerina, Xhaka, and you just know these players will feature in come today. Now, this is my lineup that I'd like to see being played. If I had it my way, I would still make changes to this, but I'm willing to compromise with what I'd like to see and with what I think is quite realistic for Arteta. And one major thing that's really pissed me off is that this lack of reward that we have with our players. You can, do whatever you want on Thursday. Guess what? You're getting bent come Sunday. And what's the point? What's the point? What's the point of mentioning non-negotiable? What's the point of trying to impress on Thursday if you know you're just going to end up not even being on the bench? Do I really think Balogun, pronounced Balogun, do I think Balogun is going to be starting? Hell no. He won't even make it on the bench. Yeah? Do I really see Smith Rowe starting? No. It's to the point where it's just draining. It's just, I hate watching my team play all the time. An hour prior to the game, I'm already pissed off. I'm vexed. I don't want nothing to do with the game. And why should I feel like this? Why, I had Emery saga, yeah, with us using various formation, never selecting the right personnel. Then just to move on to another manager who every single time I'm already mad before the game kicks off because I can't stand the fucking lineup he selects. Anyways, enough of that bullshit. Let's look onto the players. Leno's gonna start regardless. So, and I think I've seen personally enough from Runnison to know he's no way near going to get into this team on the league. Hell no. And speaking of Leno, we saw an amazing man of the match performance by Emi Martinez yesterday. You see, that could be another massive regretful situation we've had. We've decided to let Emi go and decided to keep a fraudulent manager, in my opinion, who's not going to take us anywhere. I reckon a lot of these players we're going to regret once we sack Arteta, and I really do believe we're going to sack him come Boxing Day, regardless, despite of the result of today. I think you have many people saying this is a must-win game, but then if we don't win tonight, they'll still make excuses for him and still try to bide him more time. So why do you claim it to be a must-win game? Do you understand the definition of a must-win? You know what I mean? It's end of the day, yeah. If my employers tell me I must do this and that, if I don't fulfill that, guess what happens to me? That's correct, HR meeting, and I'm probably out the door. On the other hand, you see sort of fans here giving him all the time in the world, and it just frustrates me that they can't see this guy's not going to go. We're not going to go anywhere. as I said, we'll probably beat Burnley, but that's because look at their form, look at the opposition we're playing. But I'll get on to my score predictions a bit later on. But in terms of the team, gone with Cedric. Bellerina is not fit enough to play. And I'm sorry, I heard the excuses Arteta made about the foul throws he make and try to mention that they're going to send out videos to the league to protest. Mate, that time and effort used for that, you could clearly teach that idiot Bellerina of how to, it's a throw. You can't throw it down like that. It's simple. I was taught that from what, 12 years old, 11 years of age, and you're telling me you're a professional. Get out of here, man. Cedric, Louise, as I said, I would like to see Saliba, but there seems to be issues going on behind the scenes with that. I'm hearing stories that Edu and Arteta are already discussing the sale of Saliba, and I think that's very unfair. I will create a video on that and the whole man management issue as well later on. But I think Louise will play for this game, and I think we do need someone who's a bit, strong and that can sort of be physical with the likes of Chris Woods and the physical plays you get with Burnley. Gabriel, fire warrior. I have no doubt, he will play well this game as he usually does. Kieran Tierney, again, puts his heart, blood, everything on the pitch once he's there. He starts for me automatically. I've gone with a three-man midfield, and I've gone with El Nene after that strike, and I think we need his engine. And I've always maintained he's a decent squad player, and at moments like this, when we've got Thomas Partey out for a number of weeks, I would like to sort of see if El Nene can, take that ownership and be that pivotal player in midfield in Partey's absence. So I've gone with El Nene, I've gone with Ainsley. As I said, I'm done with Granit. Granit can go for me. I'm hearing talks of a deal between him and Christian Eriksen going the other way with Inter. Listen, I'm not a fan of Christian Eriksen. I think he's done. So for me, just give him Xhaka. I'd take £5. I'm free whichever day. Arsenal, just give me a call. I'm more than happy to drop him off at the airport. Whatever you need. Let's just get rid of Granit Xhaka. As I said, please take me on my word. I will personally transport him to the airport myself. So Xhaka doesn't play for me, and as far as I'm concerned, I don't want to ever see him. So Ainsley plays ahead of him. I've gone with Smith Rowe. He, for me, looked brilliant on Thursday. Every time he gets the ball, he's always looking forward. Unlike Xhaka, who's constantly passing backwards, sidewards, Smith Rowe gets in, drives. He's always looking forward, and I think we're speaking about creativity. Mate, can we just please give him a try, yeah? If he fails, fair enough. But from now until January, what do we have to lose? Let's see if he's the solution in midfield to create that, but to be that creative spark, really. So Smith Rowe, easy decision, plays for me. And yes, I know I've not got Willock there, but I will bring on Willock on the second half for Smith Rowe because I just don't think Smith Rowe is ready to complete a full 90 minutes in the league. Maybe play him first half and then bring on Willock second half. In terms of front three, yes, I've gone with Balogun. Why? Because he's just a gunman in front of goal. He needs to play. No. Not hearing about Eddie. Not hearing about Laka. My guy's playing. It's done. It's done. And I think sometimes you need to bring an element of surprise to change things up. Burnley aren't, expecting a Balogun. They are perhaps expecting Laka to play there or Oba to play there or Nketiah to play there. Reason I've gone with Oba on the left-hand side is because Burnley are quite a tough team. And when you got Ben Mee and Tarkowski as your centre-back, they'll try rough him up. So maybe if we get a Balogun there, and I like his sort of hold up play, these assists for Willock, and he's very physical for someone so young. So yeah, he just needs to play. And I think with Oba playing on the left and Balogun's hold up play, I think maybe you could get something decent coming out of there. Why have I gone with Willian? Only because games are coming in thick and fast, and there's still a massive doubt on Reece Nelson. So let's play Willian because I think this is the easier game between this and Southampton on midweek. And I think for Southampton, we can then unleash Nicolas Pepe. So for the time being, we're going to go with Willian. So that's my team selection. Do I think Arteta will go with this? Nope. Guaranteed you'll see Bellerina playing instead of Cedric. Guaranteed you'll see Xhaka playing ahead of Ainsley. You will definitely not see Balogun play. It's what's the point? What's the point in having youth academy if you will not utilize them? If they are in decent form, let's just continue playing players who are on bad form in the senior team rather than entrusting some of these form players in who play in Europa. That's my lineup. And as you can see, I'm completely dejected before the game even kicks off because, as I said, I know what's going to happen. Do I think we're going to win? Yeah, we're going to win just because of the home advantage, fans being back, and Burnley are in a bad form. That still doesn't take away from the fact that we still have major issues, and I still want Arteta out. And despite of this game, for me, he needs to go out and perform a decent, convincing victory. I'm not talking about 1-2-0. Tonight, Arsenal should be having over 60% possession, over 20 shots on goal, and should be beating them with at least a 3-goal margin. But do I really think that's going to happen? Nope, because I think we're going to narrowly win it. I think it's going to be a tough game, and I can see this being a 2-1. And that's my predicted score, and that's my predicted lineup. If you could please let me know your predicted score, and if you agree with my lineup. But thank you. Please do like and subscribe. All the best. Take care.